Hey everybody, it's me, Steve Schnee, the CD Junkie. On this episode of CD Junkie, I'm going to be discussing one of America's finest modern instrumental rock bands, and that's right, I am talking about Los Straitjackets. You've probably seen them because they wear those Mexican wrestling masks. You know, it's funny, I don't even notice that anymore. Guitarists Eddie Angel and Danny Amos first came together in 1988, and they formed this band, and they played for a few gigs, but then they broke up. Came back together in 1994, and Los Straitjackets was officially born. Now, some of the other members have come and gone, but the longest-serving member, apart from Eddie and Danny, is bassist Pete Curry, who also produces their records. So he's a man for all seasons. The current lineup also consists of Chris Sprague on drums and Greg Townsend on guitar. Danny Amos, unfortunately, has had to retire from the band due to health issues, but I believe he does get together with them when he can. Now, a lot of people call Los Straitjackets a surf band, and while that's partially true, really they're just an instrumental rock band, and a great one at that. You know, they've got a lot of twang, they can rock out, garage stomp, rave up, and take down, all through the course of one album. And the magical thing that happens on a Los Straitjackets record is you can hear their love for rock and roll coming out in their music. Now, their albums do consist of covers and tons of originals. Every album is fun. I mean, you could literally start your Los Straitjackets collection at the beginning, the middle, or the end, and every release is going to have fun. But I'll pinpoint a few of my favorites, so if you want to get into the band, definitely check them out. We're going to start with their first album, came out in 1995, and that is called The Utterly Fantastic and Totally Unbelievable Sound of Los Straitjackets. Lots of great songs on this album. I'm really a pop guy, a melody guy, a guy who loves great hooks, and they have a lot of great rock and roll hooks and stuff, but the real poppier ones are the ones that I'm attracted to, so I'll probably point those out, but they have not put out one bad album yet. Every album is just filled with the joy of rock and roll. So anyway, my favorites on this album include G-Man, Jetty Motel, University Boulevard, and Calhoun Surf. That was followed a year later by Viva Los Straitjackets, another fine collection. And some of my favorites on this album include Lonely Apache, Pacifica, Brains and Eggs. 1999, out comes The Velvet Touch of Los Straitjackets. My favorites on this, there is a song here called Close to Champagne, which gives me friggin' chills every time I hear it. These guys can wring emotion just by using two guitars, bass, drum. It's just stunning. They do a great version of My Heart Will Go On, the love theme from Titanic. Of course, a great surfy instrumental version of that. Tijuana Boots has some kind of Herb Albert type trumpet going on in there somewhere. State Fair and All That Glitters, and All That Glitters is this great glam stomp anthem. It's just fantastic. In order to keep things fresh, they decided to put out an album called Sing Along with Los Straitjackets in 2001. This album, they provide instrumental backing for vocalists like Raul Malo, Big Sandy, Mark Lindsay, Dave Alvin, Elvez, Exene Cervenka, Allison Moore, and Lonesome Bob. And this is all covers. And they actually do a cover of Nick Lowe's Shake That Rat, and Nick Lowe plays bass on it, because the predominant musical instrument in that instrumental is bass. So instead of having Nick Lowe come and do vocals, he came in and do bass. And Nick Lowe enters into their career later, so stay tuned. Now, on my episodes of CD Junkie, I focus on studio albums, but I really try to avoid live albums because I don't normally enjoy them. But I do actually own a Los Straitjackets live album called Damas y Caballeros from 2001. It is a great album, but you know, I don't care for hoots and hollers in between songs. I just want to hear the songs. But yeah, it's raw, it's fun, it's energetic. If you like live albums, this would be one to jump on. And all my friends know how much I love Christmas and Los Straitjackets. So in 2002, they blessed us with 'Tis the Season for Los Straitjackets. A wonderful collection of Christmas tunes that you can hum along to, sing along to, twang along to. I'll mention another Christmas release later. 2003, Supersonic Guitars in 3D, and it comes with free 3D glasses right there. This album is almost darker than their other things, maybe a little meaner. Maybe they were crabby when they went to the studio in a bad mood or something, but it's still a great album. Some of my favorites on this are Can You Dig It, Isn't Love Grand, Giggle Water. I had to mention Giggle Water because it's so fun to say. Beach Bag, Dreamland, Now, also in 2003, they released an album with Eddie Clearwater. Eddie Clearwater sang, and Los Straitjackets backed him up. I unfortunately do not own that, so I cannot show it, but I am showing it right up here. 2004, out comes Play Favorites. Now, I believe that this is a collection of unreleased tracks that they threw together, but it still plays like a great album. It's mostly instrumental, but it does have some vocals from Reverend Horton Heat, Deke Dickerson, Peter Zaremba, and Dave Alvin. Some of my favorites on this is Moon River, Perfidia, and Bad Reputation that Deke sings, the one that we all know by Joan Jett. In 2007, out comes one of my absolute favorites. This is Twist Party with Kaiser George from the Kaisers and the world-famous Pontani Sisters. And this is literally a twist party. This is so fun from beginning to end. Kaiser George sings practically everything on the album, and it has great songs like Twist Party and Twistin' Gorilla, Twistin' Out in Space, Kitty Cat, Isn't Love Grand, a vocal version of a song they did on the 3D album, Twistin' in the Rain, Peppermint Twist. It also has a DVD where they give twisting lessons and the music videos and stuff. But yeah, this is a friggin' party. If you've got friends all of a sudden who just pop into your house and you have this in your CD collection, just pull it off the shelf, put it on, instant party. This is such a fun, great record. Remember that sing-along with Los Straitjackets and Big Sandy was on it? Well, he's back again, but this time it's Rock in Espanol, Volume 1. Big Sandy sings most of the songs. It also has Cesar Rosas from Los Lobos and Willie G. Essentially, it's like Spanish versions of rock classics, like All Day and All the Night, Dizzy Miss Lizzy, Give Me a Little Sign, Poison Ivy, Hang On Sloopy, things like that. But it's great. Los Straitjackets back up, and all the songs are sung in Spanish, and it's a friggin' party waiting to happen. I think I'll say that about all Los Straitjackets albums. Here's another party waiting to happen. This is The Further Adventures of Los Straitjackets from 2009. Lots of great killer tunes on this album. My highlights include Minority Report, Catalina, Mercury, and there's a song called Captain Crunch, spelled with K's there. Makes me long for eating cereal that rips at the roof of my mouth. This next one here ties with Twist Party as my favorite Los Straitjackets album, and this is Jetset. This is just absolutely 100% awesome. Killer, full of great melody, full of energy, full of joy, full of fun. Some of my favorites here include Crime Scene, Yeah Yeah Yeah, Aerostar, the title track, Low Tide, Walking Down 3rd Street, Sardinian Holiday, Mr. Pink. Oh my God. This is just so jam-packed with goodness. For Record Store Day 2014, they did an album called Play the Great Instrumental Hits. But around the same time, they also released a CD for us non-vinyl types, and that is Sings the Great Instrumental Hits with Deke Dickerson. Now, this consists of songs that you normally think of as instrumentals, but just wait till you hear Deke singing Popcorn and Sleepwalk and Walk Don't Run and Theme from a Summer Place. It's just fantastic fun, and it's a party waiting to happen. Now, sometime in the 2010s, Nick Lowe started touring with Los Straitjackets as his backing group. Now, he's recorded a couple tracks with Los Straitjackets, and I'll show you those in a second, but they also recorded an album called What's So Funny About Peace, Love, and Los Straitjackets. Now, of course, this album cover is a mock-up of the original Jesus of Cool, or Pure Pop for Now People album. But this consists entirely of instrumental versions of so many great Nick Lowe songs, like All Men Are Liars, Half a Boy and Half a Man, What's So Funny About Peace, Love, and Understanding, Roller Show, that's one I didn't think they'd ever pick, Raging Eyes, Cruel to Be Kind, Heart of the City. Now here's more fun. They take all of their existing Christmas releases and they combine it on this complete Christmas songbook. Now, is that heaven for me or what? Los Straitjackets, instrumental rock and roll, Christmas. Now, Los Straitjackets, as I said before, they were touring with Nick Lowe. So Nick Lowe would release a few singles or EPs. This is the Love, Starvation, and Trombone single together. And that's Nick Lowe and Los Straitjackets. That came out 2019. Also in 2019 was Channel Surfing, an EP of them doing television themes. Now, of course, I've never heard Game of Thrones, so that's on here. But you also get the Andy Griffith theme and a medley of Dancing with the Stars and Sex and the City. There's the tracks there. and that's a whole lot of fun. And my final Low Straitjackets Nick Lowe release is this thing called Walkabout, and I believe that this was released to coincide with the tour. It was a limited edition thing. So it contains all the Nick Lowe tracks that he recorded and released with them, because I think there might have been a few vinyl-only tracks. And then it has tracks from Low Straitjackets as well. And then an exclusive live version of Heart of the City with Nick and Low Straitjackets. Now, outside of Low Straitjackets, Eddie Angel also works with like the Neanderthals, the Panasonics, the Planet Rockers, but he's also put out some solo stuff. I don't have everything. The thing about Low Straitjackets and Eddie Angel and all these talented musicians is they release a lot of vinyl, because that's really where their heart is. Well, unfortunately, I don't collect vinyl. I just collect CDs, so I have to take what I can get. Here's Eddie Angel's Guitar Party. This came out in 1994, same year that Low Straitjackets formed. In 2004, he released an album with the High Risers called Eddie Angel Meets the Beatles, and this consists of songs that the Beatles used to do in their set before they became famous and dropped them from their live sets and live shows. You know, things like the Hamburg stuff and the Cavern days. The High Risers also did an album with Kaiser George from the Kaisers. I need to collect all those High Risers, I'll tell you that much. And then in 2006, Eddie recorded an album, a tribute to his guitar idol, and that is Eddie Angel Plays Link Wray. That came out in 2006. Danny Amos used to be in a band called the Ray Beats, and he was there during the early period, and he appears on the Guitar Beat album, came out in 1981. Now, he also recorded a solo album in 2006 called Daddy O Grande in Mexico. Of course, somebody had to write promo on mine, because that's what it was when I got it. Now, he also put out an album in 2014 called Super Spy and Western Tones, and I'm dying to get that on CD. I seriously, I can't even tell if it came out on CD, so hopefully one day I will find the CD of Danny Amos, Super Spy and Western Tones. And that's all I have on CD. I know that Pete Curry has been involved in a lot of bands, the Neanderthals with Eddie Angel, and many more, but I don't have any CDs. Sorry, Pete. Well, that's it for this spotlight on Low Straitjackets. I hope I inspire you to maybe at least check them out and then start building your catalog up. They do have plenty of vinyl out there if you are a vinyl person, so definitely track that stuff down. They're worth your while if you love just great instrumental rock from surf to garage. It's just all pretty amazing. So that's it. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and to ring that bell for future notifications. And until the next time, remember me. I'm Steve Schnee, the CD Junkie.